how do cybersecurity leaders strike a balance between implementing stringent security protocols and ensuring seamless user experience, especially in high-risk industries like finance and health?
So how do they ensure the security at industry? So I
Yep.
talked about that already, right? In the finance world, right? So in the finance world, there's a lot of regulatory compliance that you have to comply with. So it's going to be more stringent to make sure that nefarious bad things don't happen, right? But again, it doesn't matter. You can have as many security layers in place and infrastructure. They may not be doing it that way, right? They may be doing it physically, a camera, anything. So it's our job as cybersecurity people to address that at the table, which a lot of people don't do, right? They don't worry about other types of things, you know, smartphones, tablets that people are using, where information can be captured and it can leave the company without anybody knowing, right? So it's important, and I know government does this, right? They don't allow smartphones in the office. You cannot have your personal smartphone. It gets locked up in a locker, and when you go home, they hand it back to you, right? You're not allowed to have your personal laptop in the office, right? For these types of reasons, because they're worried about information that's being captured and leaving the organization without their knowledge.
Yep.
So
I'm going to take a picture of that.
You know, if you're not doing that already, you need to bring up the question, you know, and say, hey, when people are using phones, maybe we need to give people business phones so that they don't bring their personal phones into the organization, right? Laptop, right? I know companies like to save money on laptop, but we don't know what people have on their laptop that could be have a script that goes into your network, and all of a sudden you have a problem, right? So you want to be able to use a business laptop, a business smartphone, a business tablet, whatever it is, so that you have the control of locking it down and making sure that that information doesn't leave the organization.
Yeah, it's very good advice. Very good. It's a very important point. You said companies are asking people to use their own laptop and phone and to use it on login into the network. Guess what? There is some, all this information stays on their laptop, and they may not, you guys know what's happening.
It's a bad idea both ways, right? Both ways. So if I'm a person that not doing anything bad, how do I know what the organization's capturing on my personal computer, right? That I don't want them to know, and they're using it for other reasons that it's not known to me, right? And so you don't want it can work against you as an employee too, right? So I always tell them, no, I'm not using my personal phone for business.
Yeah, I mean, they may have a policy. They may say, no, we want you to use, because they want to save money on something, because every phone, every laptop costs money. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so whatever best they can do, they will do. Anyway, so.
And another thing too, right? What government uses, what they're doing is they buy certain laptops that come with a personal identification slot for it's called a PIV card, right? So you can't even use the computer to log into a network unless that ID goes into that slot, so it can check to make sure that you're the person for that particular card, to use so there's different layers of access. So maybe the bank, financial people should be using that same type of technology, right, is what I'm saying, where it has multiple layers of authenticating you before you get on the network.